Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review After Poetry Destroys Silence, and this is a new documentary from director Richard Crowling, and this focuses on how poetry, and poets in particular, confront genocide and catastrophe, and specifically the Holocaust, and representing Jewish people and their struggle. And this film is around like 80 minutes, if that, and really packs in some powerful poetry. And there's moments where it's just a poet reading a poem, and you have some visuals on screen. And honestly, those are some of the most powerful moments in this film, really leaning into the words, into the art of poetry, and what it can do. This film also navigates the responsibility of poets in navigating tough times like this, confronting very challenging parts of history and specific themes, and what poetry can leverage. And it's in the name, Poetry Destroys Silence, and what poetry can mean, shedding a light on specific horrors and genocide, and what poetry does when you have a poet who writes in German and tells of these horrific things, the same language that was used to spew slurs and horrible things about Jewish people during the Holocaust. And there's some decisions in terms of like certain storytelling aspects in this, and I feel like it's very uneven in its presentation of what it's trying to do as a film, and that could take you out of the film quite a bit. I do feel like also, if you are watching this as a poet, I think you're going to get a much deeper experience than, say, somebody who's watching it for the themes of it. We're just watching a documentary for watching a documentary, trying to learn things. I feel like it's a bit alienating in its presentation of poetry in its own poetic kind of way. And at the end of the day, I feel like this documentary hits some important ideas, represents some impactful poetry and works in particular, and has a strong message that delivers a worthy and worthwhile experience that at the end of its 70, 80 some odd minutes, you feel something very emotionally resonant has happened and you experienced, and you feel enriched afterwards. But those are my thoughts on After Poetry Destroys Silence. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.